Hey, so today I'm going to show you guys how to map a JSON string to Java POJO using Jackson 2. And we're going to start with adding two dependencies to the POM XML file. The first dependency will be the Jackson dependency, and then the second dependency will be the Lombok dependency, which will help us with creating a model class later. Here's the model class. We have three different data types. We have a string, a list of a string, and a boolean. Now the goal is to use Jackson to map a JSON string into this model. And also note that we have the data annotation, and what that does is using the Lombok dependency we had earlier to plug in the setter and getter for this model. Now this is just a REST controller class that will receive the JSON string. On line 16 and 17 you can see that I'm injecting the object mapper model, and we will use the read value function from it on line 22 to map the JSON string to an object, and the object would be the person object that we had created earlier. And on line 24 we're just printing out the person object to the console. Okay, let's move on to Postman. In the body of this request we have three different type of values. We have a string, an array of a string, and a boolean, and this all should match up to the person model that we had created earlier. Okay, and now we have both the application and Postman up side by side, and I'm going to send the first message as is, and then I'm going to change is available to false, and then send a message. And then now I'll just delete is available altogether and then send a message. A closer look at the console, we can see that we had printed three person objects. The first one is the original message that we sent, the second one where we had changed is available to false, and then the third message where we had removed is available altogether from the JSON message. We can see that Jackson is mapping the JSON message to our model classes as expected. Another thing that we can try is to add another object within an object. So I have an address model here that the person model will contain. Okay, so now let's add the address model to the person model. And now we just have to go back to Postman and update our request with the address object. And then just send it through. And we can try sending it again without the zip code. And then one more time without the address altogether. Okay, so now let's review the console. In the first message, we are not missing anything. It is complete. In the second message, we are missing the zip code. In the third message, we are missing address altogether. And everything is working as expected. And this concludes our video. Thank you for watching.